Hello everybody, I'm Werner Horn. I'm the founder of ProcessLab. We've been in the business of making businesses better for many years, and of late we're very much focused on intelligent process management. And we consider this to be the frontier of how businesses should be run and how we should be improving businesses. And we have the benefit of training people for ourselves as they come on board, and all the learnings that we've seen from projects and from with our clients, we've tried to pull that together because we feel as frontier leaders we should help to get this industry up and running. And as a consequence, we've packaged this training with the help of very senior and experienced consultants who do this every single day. And I'd like to think that you'll benefit from this. And as we grow into this new wave of business improvement with data and with insight and with intelligence, we'd like to think that this will be helpful to you. And we make it really practical. So all the examples that you'll see are not necessarily theoretical aspects of this, but actually we've tried to deliberately identify things that went wrong. And how do we fix that? And how do we prevent that from happening? So when we talk about a practitioner is someone who does something in real life. And as we want to enable you to become practitioners, you will have these experiences to draw from. And as you go through this training, I'm hoping that you will see that. And this goes all the way from the executive who needs to understand why he's doing this, to the engineers who needs to design and improve the processes, to the data engineers who needs to understand how the work that they do impact the rest of the team. And obviously from a change and project management perspective, this is critical because everything is interdependent and we can't do anything on its own. So we've pulled all these different dimensions into what's required to become a really effective intelligent process management practitioner. And I think at the end of this course, or at the end of this journey, I'm hoping that you'll be in that position to add significant value to your own environment, whether you do that as a consultant or as an employee of a big business. I think you'll stand to benefit from this exponentially. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you learn a lot. And good luck to you. Yes, and as I mentioned, being at the frontier, it's important to understand why it's important. And we believe this matters because the challenges to optimize and improve business are multitudes. And it's really challenging. If we think of complexity and the challenge we have with data that's either available or not, the fact that we have so many different groups of people working on a particular process, to get that end-to-end view is nearly impossible. And more often than not, we see that that's really the big challenge, is how do we change the behavior of teams to be more effective and obviously then to be more efficient. Yeah, so fundamentally, I believe that it's important to get the foundations in place. And so we see this course as being that first step to make sure that whatever we build on top of this, because this is a pretty challenging environment that we find ourselves, that we get this right. And so you could expect then to apply not only your industry knowledge, but also the practical domain expertise and also the technical learner skills to realize the benefits that we would like to see. And I think as you build in your confidence and in your skill set, you'll see that you can identify these opportunities with the data, you can quantify it accurately, and with that insight you can then recommend options to improve or solutions to be built or automations to be implemented. So it gives you the full spectrum. So we all know that there are a multitude of new technologies like AI and machine learning and all the rest of it that's the top of mind for everybody. But we believe that you must get the foundations right in order to benefit and leverage all these new technologies. And we will be adding courses like that as we go along. But first and foremost is let's get the foundation right, so you have a solid base to work from. So as we talk about the fundamentals, I think it's just important to reflect back on our journey. When we started out with applying these new technologies in the world of optimization and business improvement, it wasn't a once-off exercise. And I think it's fair to say that as we've been on this journey, you will also embark on this journey. And as you learn more technical skill and get more insight on how to apply these technologies, I think it's critical that you adapt to the fact that you'll try something and learn from it and then move forward. So this is not a once-off exercise. This is not a theoretical exercise where we give you a lesson or a module and then you will be 100% equipped to do everything possible out there. This is not the world we live in, and there's too many changes and it's too complex. And I think it's important that we just realize that this is a journey that you've embarked on. And as you mature, you'll accelerate. And so our objective with this course was to get some of those learnings into a foundational module so that you can accelerate your learning and your journey. So it's much faster and much more effective. And obviously with our experience, we focused on the key items. We've packaged it into distinct modules. We do believe that they build on each other. So start from the beginning and work your way through, and you will see how in time you will develop the confidence to become an IPM practitioner. Good, and I think what's important around this foundational course is the fact that if we talk practitioner, it means that you have to be tested in practice. And the way we've approached this in our business is to create a simulation where we give you the data and we give you the problem statement. You will then apply all the techniques and skills that you've learned during this course to package that and to come back with a presentation and a proposal of, in the first instance, what are the issues that you've seen and what are the recommended solutions that you offer. And you will present that back to a panel that will then review your insight and your feedback and to really test whether you've understood how to apply Celonis in the context of your environment and whether it's then a value add as we see it. And I think that will be the sort of the final outcome of the assessment and the final step to say, yes, you are now a practitioner. Obviously, we can only take it so far, but in the end, I think this is a real life example of how it should be done. And the feedback that we've had from people doing it is that that's where everything comes together. And I think that for us is the important bit, that it's not just a theoretical exercise, but you can apply it in your own environment with a lot of confidence that you can drive the benefit and the new ways of working as we see it. You know, intelligent process management, in our view, is a strategic capability. And not many people are thinking about this in this context. But if we think back about 20 years now, where process reengineering was a big management consulting dream in some ways, that has now been superseded with automation and all the new kind of technology to help with automation and so on. I think it's important to say that this is an emerging frontier space that we find ourselves in. And so the content that we've developed is new, and you will not find it anywhere else. And I think I'd like to encourage you to put it to the test, because I firmly believe that there's a moment in every executive's and every practitioner's career where they realize, okay, well, at least I knew about process mining and intelligent process management to leverage that to improve my business exponentially. That can be a career-defining moment. Or you might think, in hindsight, I should have done this many years back. And I really believe that as we work into this space and as this space matures, more and more people will have that moment, and more people might regret not taking this new frontier path, because it is exciting, it is very rewarding, and without exception we find that people realize, if this is possible, just think of what the future holds for us as a business. So to be part of that journey, to be part of that experience, and to be able to tell that story, I think will be something that we're certainly very proud of and very grateful for to be part of, and I'd like to encourage you to do the same.